Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? My name is Sunsfan. Joining me is that guy.
It's me.
Needs no introduction, as you can see. Very recognizable face, very recognizable voice.
The radio face. Yeah, so the panel couldn't really agree on who's favored, and then they said, can we agree? I don't think we can really agree on anything, so I think that was a bit of a long shot. But that's okay. You don't need to agree as long as you can put your differences aside.
That's very well spoken, Cinderin.
Thank you.
You should be a therapist.
Yes.
Perhaps you were one in your past life. Actually, that's basically what your role was as captain of all your teams in history.
Not wrong.
Playing both sides, always very neutral. As Miero and company will force out Falcons. So both of these squads come in undefeated in terms of series, but the difference between them, even though I don't think it matters for tiebreakers, but I could be wrong. BetBoom has lost 2 singular games, whereas Falcons have not. They are 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, which adds up, if you're from NA, to 6-0.
Very good.
So Falcons, and of course this is them coming off of a very emphatic tournament win at BetBoom, Dacha, Dubai, where they 3-0'd in the finals against Team Liquid, of course, who are not in this second group stage, in case you're just joining us and you've been living under a rock. They are out already.
They did not have a good group stage 1. DreamLeague has just not been Liquid's tournament.
But this series is gonna be really hype. I mean, the last series was extremely cool and unique. And I almost lost my voice doing so, which is why I'm trying to pace myself here, Cinderin. But these two, this was the game, this is the series I was looking forward to for this second group stage as a whole. I think this is gonna be a banger. Both teams can be really exciting, and very high-level play has been expended from both of them throughout this tournament. BetBoom was, they were undefeated, I think. That's not true. In the first group stage, they were top, though. They were #1 rank.
Yeah. It's always going to be exciting when you're in a tournament format like this and you get into group stage 2 and both teams are 3-0. Like, this is always going to be such an anticipated match, because when these teams have beaten everybody else, are we going to see something new from them against each other? This is where you bring out the big guns, because this is probably this is likely going to be the match that decides if you can get first place in the group.
Yeah, could be.
At the end. Obviously, it doesn't mean the other teams are no pushovers by any means, the matchups that are left, but this should, on paper, be the hardest game for both teams. Doesn't really look like too much surprising has come out in this first draft. I think the most surprising pick is probably the Pugna, which I would say Save is the best player in the world on this hero, but it's not doing particularly well right now. I'm a big Pugna fan myself, and it's always nice to see this guy play it. But yeah, definitely has some shortcomings. In this game, it's okay. I don't think it's like outstanding as a Pugna game, but like Effie talked about quite a bit, it's manageable. I think the biggest threat is probably the Primal Beast.
Yeah, but speaking of the Pugna, a little trivia, Cinderin, since you brought this to my attention. Yeah, you asked me what is Pugna's int rate, and I knew it was the highest in the game. So I said 4.
Yeah.
It's 5.2, is that correct?
Yeah, Pugna's int gain is absurd. When I read it, I had to do a double take. I was like, really?
I don't remember it being that high, but yeah, that's
it's
shocking.
Insane. Yeah. For comparison, the second highest is OD with 4.2.
Yeah, there you go.
So, quite crazy. Pugna is a very smart little skeleton.
But he's still the butler, so kind of weird at Skeeter. Getting gone on. Nice flame break, but the last right click is there from Save. They calculated that perfectly, so BetBoom with the first blood, and the butler gets the gold.
Yeah, gonna be cruising towards some fast arcane boots with that, which Centaur is going to be a big fan of. I think it's, in this lane in particular, I think it's much better that the Pugna gets first blood, as a matter of fact, because the arcane boots help Centaur so much with pressuring the Sven. The way you win this lane is by spell spamming. And it's obviously, if you can't keep spamming your stun, the trades with double edge get way worse because of the counterplay Sven will have every time. If you have the stun first, you're only fighting the Bat Rider, you cast stun, double edge, and Nether Blast and then just back off.
Yeah.
You keep spamming that with the mana boots. So see how fast Save can get his hands on those. He's got the boots now. Fighting, snaking off on the side. Mid lane. GPK on the Wind Ranger against Primal Beast Malrine. Should be a good lane for Wind Ranger. Don't really see Primal Beast getting too much of a foothold here. You can never really aggress the Wind. She can just Wind run away. She's ranged, she's universal.
Good fortification from GPK. Gonna get some denies now as a result of that, as he has a slight advantage right now in the mid lane, 28 and 7 versus the 23 and 2, which was expected. I mean, Malrine has had. Who would you say actually, if you had to pick one person that has been maybe the MVP thus far of this tournament?
It could be him.
Could be Amart.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I think for BetBoom, there isn't necessarily in the same way a standout. But it's also because of the way that BetBoom strategize. I think it's a little... And the way that they've won their games, right? It's more memorable, excuse me, the way Falcons have won some of their games because they've had some ridiculous comebacks and ultra late game situations. Most of BetBoom's wins have been, you know, pretty straightforward a lot of the time.
Yeah, I mean, BSJ was talking about it, and he's looked at the stats, and I haven't, but I've definitely cast a lot of BetBoom games, and it does feel like a lot of the games, they just come out with that laning stage advantage, and they just never relinquish it. Other than a few very notable giant throws, but that was in the last tournament. I don't think they've really gone down that road this time.
I assume they've stabilized it here. Whenever we have an interview with Nightfall, he always says their mindset is always, okay, we played this last tournament, we are going to come to some sort of conclusions. These are the things we figured out, this is what we're going to work on. It sounds very concrete when you interview them about what they want to do for their next tournament, what they struggled with. He doesn't necessarily go into detail with what the problems were, but he's kind of reassuring himself and the fans that we know what went wrong. We are going to work on that specific thing for the next tournament and show the improvement. And if that is exactly, that could be what you're talking about, that they just dropped the ball with the lead. They've definitely done better on that front this time around. Not throwing away too many won games, so to speak.
Yeah, they haven't really won tournaments, but they continually place pretty damn high.
Yeah.
And they are definitely, I would put them in the top 5 best teams in Dota right now for BetBoom. As the Courier will be taken out by Snaking as the 7-minute Wisdom is upon us. Save doesn't have any sort of a stun, but Miero is there just to ensure. It'd be very nice for BetBoom if they can get this kill. But Snaking,
yeah, I had a feeling.
That was
I was
close.
like, he's not making it across that crevice.
So it ends up being the kill for Miero, which for BetBoom is really nice because, I mean, it kind of forced 2 members out of the lane just to secure the Wisdom Rune, which is not ideal. But getting a kill out of it makes it not too shabby.
Yep. So BetBoom rocking a tiny lead here. The main reason it's not bigger than this is the top lane. Nightfall has been bullied quite heavily by Amar.
And GPK makes his first
comes.
rotation. Focus fires there. Amar trying to fight his way through it. Static link onto GPK. But the waveform from Nightfall into the adaptive leads to the kill onto the offlane Razor.
Yeah, this is
GPK
big.
with a good rotation. I mean, Malrine, though, have to say, it's pretty much a dead even heat in terms of just the CS in the mid lane. Done a really good job.
Yeah. I think some of his CS might be jungle, so it's a little bit skewed. But no, actually, net worth-wise, they're also neck and neck, so I guess the majority of his lane creeps. But yeah, this rotation from GPK obviously does cost somewhere. Malrine will get the space in mid and find a lot of farm, but it was important to get Morphling online there.
GPK, Onslaught's coming for you, connects, not even needing to pulverize. Big kill from Malrine.
Surprised he didn't even try to move when he heard it.
Yeah.
He just stood there and accepted his fate.
Maybe he does. Maybe they need to pause for their headphones. The Snake King trying to get to the high ground. The Centaur Stampede almost saves him. Ends up dropping to save, who dies right afterwards. And that a very elongated double kill from Malrine. And he is top net worth in the game and completely dominating. I'm a little surprised that GPK didn't go back to base or something. He was really low.
Yeah, it's just awkward because if you TP top to help,
Yeah, it's true.
and then you run back, and then you have to run mid, like the amount of time you lose on travel is just way too much. I think if he wants to say, he could have maybe bought a salve and a clarity, just send out some regen to have some staying power around the mid area, but played it the greedy way, got punished.
Skeeter has the shovel. You don't see that very often on the
that is
position
very
ones.
rare. Wait, what options did he have?
It must have been really bad. He's going to shovel like 3 times and then never use it again.
Oh, it's a while until minute 17. But he will absolutely replace it. Maybe a little bit of an AUI thing. They looked at the item win rates. He did the math. He said, guys, if you dig up this many bounty runes per minute on average, your win rate will increase by 0.x.
You joke? That's probably a thing, though. They probably have
I
like
only
this,
said it half as a joke, actually.
they probably have like an internal tier list of everything.
Yeah, maybe.
And trusty shot. I mean, he probably didn't get some of the items that he would have wanted, but
dig.
Shovel definitely. Yeah, I mean that's
dig.
It's only good if you dig.
Oh, yeah, that's a kobold. That's very good. That's also gold.
Carry the kobold.
So how much gold is it you get when you dig up a kobold? Is it 20?
What? It's GPM.
Yeah, but how long does it live?
Oh, not long.
Okay, he let it die. Well, that's not a long thing. He let it tank 2 hits for him that were irrelevant.
Yep. That's carries for you, always sacrificing anyone but themselves. Unless it's Doraccio. Very selfless being. Yeah, that was a little weird wording.
Absolute creature.
Tier 1 towers will be traded, but this one might get denied. Yes,
Yep.
Peter.
So 2 towers for Falcons. One of them was their own.
That's right.
That's a little bit of a gold injection into their team, of course, but yeah, the guy on your screens a moment ago, the Morphling has recovered. Not fully, I would say, but still looking all right. He would have liked to have some more CS in the lane, but Razor does what Razor does. Malrine here looks to be completing the Blade Mail. Not a particularly popular item on Primal Beast nowadays, but against Windranger,
Oh yeah.
what can you do, right?
Very good.
It's just too attractive to pick up this item. Nice try from GPK, but crit with a good sidestep on the shackle shot.
Would you say it's... Oh, we're going to see the onslaught. Actually connects onto 2 into the double pulverize, essentially. Beautiful initiation from Malrine again. Toronto Tokyo's dead save will actually survive. Miera with an even more beautiful hoof stomp onto 2, but they can't follow it up with any damage. Amar now trying to back away with the Eye of the Storm. Still activated. They'll group back up. And Falcons able to get out with everyone's lives, so it only ends up being the death of the CM. Tons of rotations came through.
Now crit with life drain. The butler that actually looks like a butler should be doing a very good job at this.
Yeah.
Let's see if he... All right, Malrine is not letting him drain anything. Malrine wants the heal, but he doesn't want to give anything away. No take, only throw, as they say. That is a dog owner reference. You wouldn't get it.
Thank you.
As you only like cats
That's right.
and coffee.
That's right. You're finally getting to know me after 12 years.
Yep.
Radiant
If only I could go back in time, I would have met someone else.
Well, thanks for the career, Synderen. Appreciate it. Hard carry, as always.
The career.
And it will be the first item linked into snaking. Will take a tumble and into the pause, but it's... Okay, I have to give credit to BetBoom. They had a lot of pauses early on in this tournament, Synderen. They've refrained so far.
Maybe they went on their own Discord.
That's true. Maybe they negotiated with the admins, or perhaps the server was fine.
A trade-offer meme. I get my own Discord. You get 0 pauses.
That is a pretty good trade, I have to say.
That's a good trade.
Falcons, though, not in on this deal, so have to wait for Skeeter to come back. Yeah, we've known each other, what, 12 years now, Synderen? Is that about right?
Would that be 2012? Yeah, that sounds about right.
That's a long time.
Yeah, maybe I still had a British accent when you met me the first time.
You must have. I don't remember it, though.
Probably love at first sight from your side.
That's right.
Yep.
Love British people. You guys can buy your tickets now to see more British people at the Birmingham Major. I'm told it's called Birmingham.
ESL Birmingham.
I like Birmingham. Makes it feel closer to bacon for me, which I have to make sure is at every location.
Fair.
Sweden, I've yet to find it though.
How about, was it Jenkins' idea, ESL Burning Man? What do you think about that one?
He does seem like a guy that would enjoy Burning Man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's attended though.
Nice voice line usage. Snith says, thank you for putting the camera on, and Miero immediately says, back to hell with you to the admin. Like that. Skitter's camera is working for other people, hopefully. I can't see it, but I've had struggles lately, so.
Yeah. You have.
It's probably fine.
You have been getting shocked by every electric door.
No, by every door.
Just door.
Yeah. I don't know. There's something about this place. I just get electrified by things. Maybe that's why I'm being weird. Like, my brain gets reset all the time.
Your casting is electrifying, so it makes a lot of sense.
Look at you.
As we have another pause, so we can keep talking about electricity. There is a Razor in the game, so for those complaining about us not talking about Dota, this is actually related, believe it or not. Can we get the camera onto the Razor while we talk about the electricity? I think it's your shoes, though. Your shoes rubbing up against the carpet, and you get these major shocks that just make you enraged. I've actually never seen you enraged until you've been electrified, electrocuted.
Okay, you're making this sound like I'm literally just standing there like a cartoon character.
Yeah, you're like, you're pounding your fist on the table like a gorilla. Like, you just enraged like none other, Cinderin. Never seen anything like it. As we're back into the game here. Power shot stolen. Power shot now good against Primal Beast, by the way, because it slows. So it's trample not nearly as effective. Nightfall being approached by Snake King.
Snake King is alone, though. This is just a power play. But obviously, Nightfall might not have all the information available to just turn on Snake King. If he knew he was alone, he would just bully him away himself.
Oh, yeah.
But he will yield to the lack of information. Snake will farm a bit. I feel like this has been talked about a decent amount with Tundra when this team was Tundra, now Falcons, that they are very good at being efficient around the map and just finding more farm. I think this little play from Snake King is a good example of what this team does. All of these things add up over time. They make sure their supports find a little bit extra around the map. That's something that, conversely, BetBoom are also very good at, compared to some of the other teams, like really making sure their supports find that farm and get the scaling going. But we see Snake King in that little instance trying to steal stuff away from the enemy carry. Now he's going to farm his top area as well. So
very patient from BetBoom. They were waiting for this Razor to show up. Amar's going to get some help from Crit, though. Is it going to be enough? It might be. No. He does fall, but two supports from BetBoom get taken out. Barely the onslaught reaches Nightfall, and now the God Strength will be put to the test. Nightfall now on the run. There's the slow from the stolen power shot. And the Flame Break back into the fray he comes. Double kill for Crit of all heroes. Great response from Falcons. They punish BetBoom pretty damn hard.
Such a quick reaction there.
And Amar, I mean, that was really close to him living as well.
Yeah.
Super, super close.
BetBoom messed that up a little bit, I think. They used Decrepify on the Pugna, so Morph couldn't attack. But then they didn't use the Decrepify to Adaptive in, so it was a little bit...
BetBoom trying to turn this around now as Malrine. Onslaught will get canceled by the Frostbite. Amar showing up again. As Malrine looks like he's running away. There's the last one to GPK, but no follow-up for Snake King. Amar does come in for the Plasma Field, trying to finish off Toronto Tokyo, but the Butler is there to save him a bit. But save now. We'll have to run away in shame or just go to the grave itself. Using a nice drain, though, onto Amar. It matters not, though. Double kill for Skeeter, who's getting very much so involved in this game on this position 1 Sven. He's still using the shovel. Kudos.
Yep. Digging up a nice little bounty rune for Malrine. And they dig up a salve for him. Anything else you would like? My goodness, this looks weird with a shield rune on.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's almost uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah, it's like a League of Legends character or something. As Snake King gets taken out by Miero, apparently. Somewhere on the map.
That's so bright.
Yeah, let's keep following it. I like it.
It's like a spawn of the sun.
Looks like a Pokemon.
Yeah, actually, that's very true. It's like a...
Wait for it. Right into Malrine.
Oh, he didn't get off his
the pulverize. Do they have the damage, though? Trample is there, but now the attribute shift kicking in for Nightfall. That could have been an absolute disaster. Falcons already with a 3K lead, and that would have just compounded everything as the BKB now comes up for Skeeter.
So far, so good for Falcons. I feel like the game plan is coming together nicely. Sneaking.
Should be able to get the lasso. Indeed, he does. Skeeter with the God Strength.
Yeah, he can transform this into a mid-push.
Malrine, not able to find a connection that he was looking for, but it'll still be the tier 1 for Falcons. What was that?
Was he waiting for something?
I don't know.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Oh, he was using his trusty shovel.
Oh, okay. I didn't see the animation.
No, me neither. Let's see what he chooses. What is better than the shovel? Oh, yeah.
Collector, wow.
There it is.
Okay.
The neutral.
Huh.
It's really good.
Radiant's top tower.
10% move speed, either mana or HP region, depending on time of day. And you lose some of the bonus if you're next to a tree, because it's a light collector, and it's harder to collect light when you're under a tree.
That makes sense.
A little bit of a tip for you guys if you're looking to tan this summer. Should be out in the sun.
I haven't seen the sun in weeks.
Please tan
Sweden.
responsibly.
Another light collector coming out, and this one's on the Razor, and that's even better, I would say.
Love that move speed. This item's going to get nerfed next patch.
Yep, Amar.
I didn't give it much thought at first when this item came up, and I feel like the pros didn't either. Like, this wasn't seeing that many pickups. And then one day, I think it was Tsunami that just showed me the neutral win rates. And Light Collector was the highest in the whole game.
By a lot?
Yeah, it was either the highest or the second highest behind, what's it called, the tier 4 that shoots lightning?
Stormcrafter?
Yes. I think those two. The Stormcrafter was surprising to me as well, but the heroes that do pick it up, it's very good on. But yeah, Light Collector was very high, at least. So that was kind of...
That is interesting.
Fascinating to see.
And you think it's the move speed aspect that is...
I think that's the biggest part. 10% move speed is just incredible. It's the little things, right? Move speed is such a powerful stat in Dota because it affects everything you do all the time. Every time you're moving to farm, every time you're taking a fight, every time you're retreating. It's just an efficiency upgrade, right, for every circumstance. So some of the other items, like some of the tier 1s, for example, that are like, this gives attack speed if you're within the range of an enemy hero, or this gives something if you're not. Well, only works some of the time. Oh. See you later, Toronto. You got lassoed and burst. 6K the lead. BetBoom not really finding anything, actually.
Yeah.
It's a very quiet game from them, and Skitter will continue to ramp.
Yeah, Nightfall with the early Lincolns, now going Manta. Will this not be a Conda build? I mean, I guess the last game we saw Conda, it was picked up really early because they were owning.
I definitely think it will be part of the build at some point.
Okay, lifted up. Stormhammer's there, but the win run will give him some evasion. But the Primal Beast gets off the ult.
Wow, he BKB'd that.
And GPK will die. But yeah.
I don't think that was necessary.
They do get a BKB out of Skeeter. And now the Stampede to escape. Haven't really seen BetBoom really try to fight at all. As they're just getting picked off, it feels like one by one.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As Skeeter will be working on the Ags, and of course, panel talked about it against... Oh, he's actually done with it. Okay. The Dispel for the Decrep, pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Of course, just the mobility aspect, it would be picked up regardless of the Dispel.
It's also just a flat-out S-tier item against Windranger, right? It just ruins her.
Oh, that's true.
You just dispel the Wind Run when you jump on top of her, so she can't protect herself anymore. It doesn't even matter whether you time the Wind Run or not. There is no timing. If you're the target of the stun, he's going to get the swings off and you're gone. So very concerning for the side of BetBoom. We'll essentially have to rely on if GPK gets stunned, they need to decrep after the Stormhammer lands. That's the only play they have.
Or they turtle until he hits 25 so he can get the undispellable talent.
I mean, he's also going to buy Lincolns, surely. Miro was talking about this on the panel, that Lincolns is just too good this game for BetBoom, so they should be buying multiple ones of them. They have the one on the Morph. Windranger maybe buys it after BKB. I don't know if that's a bit too defensive. It's like now you have a Morph with Manta Lincolns. You have a Windranger with BKB coming up. Like where's the damage? You know? Do you actually have what it takes to kill these heroes on the Radiant side? And most importantly, what do Falcons do next? Do they force a Roche? Do they force a fight? Tormentor will go to Crystal Maiden. We'll get the Crystal clone.
Okay.
Oh, Master, please let me give you health.
Sorry.
Okay.
The butler must live on.
Yep.
It's been so long since this hero's been a mainstay.
For the next. Okay.
Okay, the onslaught will hit Toronto Tokyo. Does use the Crystal clone. But will be taken out shortly after as the lasso. This is a bigger kill onto GPK. Gets off the BKB, trying to run away. Stormbolt will not stun because of the BKB. Stormhammer. God damn.
Could he not have Stormhammered him before he got the BKB off there? Was that on cooldown? Because I think Skitter could have actually just killed the Windranger on the spot there off of the lift.
Yeah, it's close.
But either way, they force the BKB. They force them out. Tower is gone. On to the next objective for Falcons, which should be the bottom Roche. And with this being killed at daytime, it's a reasonable chance that we will see your favorite item in the game
Not this time.
in about 10 minutes time.
That's right. It was called Stormbolt at some point, yes?
Yeah, that was the
Was
name
it Dota 1 or was it still in Dota 2?
Dota 1.
God, what is wrong?
I think
How does
so.
that stick in my head after all these years? Dementia.
All right, what is Nature's Prophet's name?
Furion.
No. That's his name in Dota 1.
It's just Nature's Prophet.
No, he has a name in Dota 2.
What do you mean, a name? Like
Yeah.
a lore name?
Yeah. It's called Tequoia.
Tree guy. Okay, well.
There you go. Some names just stick. What's Shadow Shaman's name in Dota 2?
His actual name?
Yeah. What was his name in Dota 1?
I don't remember, actually.
Rasta.
Oh, Shadow Shaman, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you said Shadow Demon for some reason.
What's his name in Dota 2?
I have no idea.
I don't either. Let me check.
Okay, very interesting subject,
There you go.
Skeeter. Now that he has the Aegis on Amar, that's actually interesting that
He's
they put
called
it on.
Rasta. Would you look at that?
Oh, that's nice.
I was expecting that, actually.
That's good. Malrine gets initiated on.
Oh,
That's
this
a lot
is a
of
big
burst
pick.
damage, and they'll find him.
All right, finally BetBoom gets something going. And that's a big one. Enemy mid hero, top tier 1, potential steal of the Tormentor, question mark?
Yeah. Looks like it.
They're scouting it with a
Falcons.
power shot. I don't know if they have the confidence to just straight up go for this.
Oh, BetBoom
Falcons.
always have the confidence.
All right, Falcons.
Sometimes overly so.
This feels like Falcons could have possibly taken this fight 4v5. If BetBoom lose half their health to this and you show up with your Aegis on Amar and he just runs in, that could have been a thing, but they didn't want to take the risk, and that's huge for BetBoom. That's half the lead cut away there.
That was big.
Just that one kill on Malrine. Can go fast sometimes with swinging the game back.
Yep, Malrine not opting to go BKB, which is interesting, as Miero will have to stampede to try to get away here.
Yeah, you're right. He's going Ags, isn't he?
Dire's courier has been
Yeah, we'll talk about his build just in a moment. Yeah, so
I
he
guess
went
technically-
Eternal Shroud, Blade Mail, and now Ags as Skeeter finds a CM.
I feel like, isn't he keeping his options open? Did his courier die with the other two components, or is this just... Okay, he has it. Yeah. It's complete.
It's
I'm kind of with you. I feel like
definitely
BKB
greedy.
would have been very good this game.
I mean, is the break doing anything, or is it just for the damage? You break, retaliate, and... Oh, Arcane Aura, that's a big one.
Dire's structures
That's it,
are
right?
fortified.
Yeah, he's getting it for the stats and the damage.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And now he is going back for a BKB.
Okay, Amar and Snaking are going to face the force of the Gale Force. Hoofstomp finds him. That is the Aegis.
Skitter is really far away.
Yeah, Malrine has made his way over here as GPK will focus fire Amar. The BKB is there and he TPs out, but you can see Malrine, his brother in arms, wanting to help out. And this might be a domino effect again in favor of BetBoom. He uses that Ags, but another death to his name.
They're getting a little sloppy here from Falcons. I feel like they were in a position where these fights could have ended very well for them if they're a little bit closer together, but Razor overextending, losing the Aegis for effectively nothing. Malrine has to... I don't know if he has to come in and bail him out, but he did. And in the meantime, Skitter was too far away to assist, so got a little fragmented there. That was something that we were complimenting both Falcons and Spirit for in the series that we had yesterday, how consistently they were really playing tight as a team and not taking bad engagements with numbers disadvantage. This is a little bit more... little less tight from Falcons. That's not to say that you should 5-man all the time, like, don't get me wrong.
Oh my. Save. Gets 2 shot.
Save yourself next time.
No, technically 3 because of the Echo Saber.
Yeah.
Now there's a butterfly though, or Nightfall. And Skeeter, I mean, Sven's not a hero you typically want to get MKB on. Do you think he'll be forced to do it? Is it required?
It just feels twice as good to buy because of Wind Ranger. I think it's okay then, right? Like, I know you have the Stormhammer for the Dispel, but you can't guarantee that you're going to remove it every time. So we'll see what the choice is going to be here.
Oh, and you can see Malraine's still not going for BKB. It'll be a blink instead.
Okay.
He's definitely dropped off. This felt like a game that he was just going to take over. We've seen it so many times before, but he's close to the bottom in net worth for the cores as GPK finally overtook him thanks to these couple pickoffs. Now the smoke from BetBoom.
Save.
Oh, they find crit. Hoof Stomp is there. That is a dead Rubik. And Malrine will casually onslaught to the other side. Amar not interested in this fight yet. Has a BKB, SNY. And we'll be going for the Manta.
He's in trouble. This BKB is going to be forced at the bare minimum.
Oh, he's in the low ground though, so he can't react in time. He's dead.
Falcons are getting picked apart. Step by step, BetBoom with multiple kills back to back at no cost, really. Starting to get a better grip on the game, and the lead that was starting to really mount for Falcons is, it's not, this 5K versus the 5K of 5 to 10 minutes ago is a very different beast. Like, Morphling is reaching a critical breaking point where it doesn't really matter that Sven is getting huge as long as Morphling is keeping up. I'd say it's inherently a Morphling favored matchup. So BetBoom are feeling more and more comfortable with the game state they're in. As you said, Malrine getting shut down as much as he did. Definitely a big part of it. Skater will go MKB now.
It's interesting, he's refusing to buy that BKB.
I wonder what the mindset is, if he specifically wants to be targeted by spells so his teammates get to thrive, but since his other 2 cores have BKB, it's not like they're going to get the spells on them for...
I feel like if that was the case, then wouldn't he just go for like a heart or something?
Yeah.
Seems to be like the go-to for Primal when wanting to get mega tanky. As GPK finally going for that Lincolns of his own.
Malrine is visible. They're not gonna... They're pinging him out, but... his team are ready behind him, grouping up here as 5.
Yep, GPK. Looking to pop the smoke. It'll be Miero
Toronto's
in the
dead.
trees. Toronto, Tokyo, yeah. Goodbye, good sir. Although,
Wait, what?
Actually force staffing away because they want to focus onto the Windrunner instead, and
Okay,
that
that's
is a
even
much
worse.
bigger kill. Miero will get off the hoof stomp and retreat into his base. His Skeeter, ooh, he was looking for it.
Yeah, Toronto, Tokyo.
Okay, somehow we'll live.
I mean, he was deceptively tanky there because he's quite farmed actually. He's still below the enemy supports, but decently tanky for Maiden. And Sven didn't pop his ult for it. He didn't want to use that for the CM kill. He's saving it, and then they found the bigger target, so they let him go. GPK came in to cast the Gale Force to try to save Toronto Tokyo, and that got him exposed to a lasso. So Falcons will get the bigger one.
BetBoom.
I'm looking for a 4v5 here. Primal Beast is top, and he will be showing on the wave, so effectively a 4v4 if Falcons get caught. Amar
Caught off guard again.
So quick burst.
BetBoom have been on top of things this game in terms of just finding pickoffs.
Yeah.
Still behind in net worth, but the fact that it hasn't really gotten worse than I mean, it was like 8K at some point, so.
Oh, another pickoff.
Yep, snaking. Dunzo. Rosh, I mean, this could be BetBoom's favor if it's a fast Rosh. We'll find out now. Oh, God. Almost maximum timer.
Radiant
Gaben
are
confirmed
scanning.
Falcons.
Mira will be in the pit for 3 minutes.
Imagine.
We've seen it, but not at this stage of the game. Usually that's like a 60-minute type.
Yeah, and it's generally a 5, if anyone, that you park in there. Probably not your off-laner for 3 minutes.
BK spotted, but no catch up here. He does have the Lincolns now, so that's going to be extremely good
Radiant structures are
for the
fortified.
initiation from, I mean, it could be the use for Primal ult, Stormhammer as well.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
As Nightfall will get a shard to be able to attribute shift while stunned.
Dire are scanning.
Wait, did he buy it?
Yeah.
Huh. I want to say that's a bit unusual,
Is it?
isn't it? Do Morphlings buy this very frequently? I feel like it's like a situational thing for them to purchase. I want to say most of the Morph games we've cast, they got it from the Tormentor. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I feel like they buy it, but I could be wrong. I mean, considering the amount of stuns, and not just the stuns, but the duration, like between Lasso and Pulverize alone.
It is amazing, this game, so I totally get why he bought it. It's not like it's shocking, but just I didn't think most Morphs buy this, but in this game it's too good.
All right, Roche not up for another minute and a half as Malrine trying to disrupt things. They get the Lincolns procced, and my God, GPK gets destroyed. And Toronto Tokyo in the corner of the map with the freezing field. Pretty tanky, but not enough to survive here. They keep finding the pickoffs onto GPK.
They didn't really have a cancel for that Pulverize, it felt like. We've talked about how Malrine still doesn't have BKB, but the only stuns you have are Strength Adaptive Strike and Centaur Stomp, and I guess neither hero was really in a position to protect GPK there. Looked a bit odd from my perspective that he can just get caught out like that and not get any help, but maybe the wrong heroes were close by. Falcons will gladly take 2 and cross to the top side of the map looking for another, and they will be rewarded.
Yep, the Butler will be gone for 50.
Skitter beyond godlike on the Sven. Feels like we're almost only seeing Falcons and Shopify prioritize this hero as high. Maybe a little bit of Aurora we've seen too, but among the higher, like the top echelon of the teams so far in the tournament, I mainly think about, I think Skater is probably the one who's played it the most. Falcons are having massive success with their Sven. Interesting to see why it isn't catching on more for other teams. It's not a particularly, complicated hero to implement in your strategy.
Yep, Skeeter showing. BetBoom now trying the old wraparound smoke.
Dire are scanning.
There is a scan. I believe, yeah, that was BetBoom. And Roche is up. So the Roche-off about to be here. Amar a little bit disconnected from the team. And Snaking, oh, he had a good position as Malrine will now swap places with him. Now they're going to be spotted. As Toronto Tokyo with a Crystal Clone. Will activate on nothing.
That sound effect is nice though.
Yeah, it's a good shard now.
I like that. Falcons looking for the backstab.
Should be kind of expected as Toronto Tokyo in the trees is going to be spotted first. The Pulverize is there. Stormhammer. Oh, Skeeter, a little bit awkward fight. They do get him in the end, though. And you can see Amar convulsing as he pops the BKB and tries to run as Nightfall was being dragged like a dog. You're going to see the lasso come through as Skeeter just rips through, save. Nightfall again being static linked. And Amar, they're going to be able to clean things up really easily. This was not even close. Falcons full team wipe. That static link shard is pretty insane.
Yeah.
It's just putting them in like these really weird spots.
That's such a random stun not connecting in there. But Amar, he's taking all of the focus and he's still not dying. And Skitter just gets a free fight here. He's going to Stormhammer in here, get off the Massive lifesteal from the Satanic. Stabilized that fight immediately. Just nice and easy for him.
As we come back to a pause. Falcons, of course, with the bad manners pause. Probably Amar's idea, or Malrine. This is true tilt territory for BetBoom. So they give up Roche number 2. This will be Cheese and Aegis.
Oh yeah, it's a Cheese.
He roared really late there. That's really...
Sometimes I don't understand how it works.
Yeah, I thought it was supposed to be at 75% HP or something. Yeah, Rubik stole the attribute shift, so...
Nice.
Tanky boy.
Yep.
That's one of the more interesting ones, that it doesn't reset when you steal something else.
True. And it's particularly good in this game because a huge portion of BetBoom's damage is magical. The trade-off is a lot worse on Rubik of getting this if the armor actually has value. I mean, you still want to get the health. It's still better regardless. But mathematically, in a game like this, it's even better. It's against the magic damage. Obviously, it doesn't matter that you now have 1 base armor.
For those that are relatively new to Dota, or even maybe not so, you should look up a YouTube video called Never Go Full Agi. You will not be disappointed. Rubik on full agility, getting sunstriked on spawn repeatedly. Very fun to watch. So with the Aegis and Cheese in tow, the Aegis again on Amar and the Cheese on crit. Interesting choices.
He can use it. He has a big health pool, as we've already covered. So
that is accurate.
Kind of a... When you look at his health bar, it looks like a farmed core.
Oh, yeah, you better be careful, Snake King. Okay. They, of course, could not get their own Tormentor because BetBoom stole it up.
Yep. But it's back.
It is back. They do grow back. Imagine if other buildings grew back, Cinderin. Imagine the possibilities.
Yep. Could have League of Legends.
That's right.
Snake will get the worst shard for this game.
Get that one out of the way.
Either team. Do you think that one's going to get changed?
Because yeah, I think so. It's always the worst shard in the game.
It literally only works for one type of build in one role, it feels like.
Yeah.
So very... It was popular for a bit when it was... First of all, I mean, it was also better then, but people were also playing core bat in a different way with, like, Witchblade, which hasn't really been popular.
Wasn't it a Flame Break related before this one?
Yeah, so even before now, it had... Flame Break gives 2 stacks of Sticky. Yeah. If it was that now, it would be amazing. But that got nerfed. It got changed to when you attack, you have a chance of putting Sticky on them. I believe, is it 50% now?
Up GPK. Skeeter is who they have their sights set on. He will retreat, though. Falcons always quick to react. And now Amar going to try to pull this around onto BetBoom instead. And let's see how Falcons use this Aegis. The high ground attempt from Malrine. As the pulverize is there, was instantly canceled. You can see Miero kind of in no man's land. Crit, despite being very tanky, actually will live as a result of being that tanky. Very nicely done. Miero stuck on the cliff and left all alone. That'll be the death of the Centaur. That's a full minute on the deck. And save. The TP will be fine. But now they're left in a 4v5 situation.
So there is a timing where you can Ogre Seal Totem as you're getting Sven stunned for him to connect the stun and then you still jump away. That's what happened there. Skidder was jumping on the Pugna. He should have died instantly, but he managed to somehow create distance after the stun connected.
Oh, Malrine going in pretty deep. Gets the pulverize onto the CM. Toronto Tokyo getting healed up by Save. As Amar goes in even deeper. Still has the Aegis, of course. Gale Force making things a little bit awkward, but now the Gale Force is stolen.
That's a great steal.
And now the fortification comes out. Malrine still trying to create space here as finally the CM. No, the Decrepify keeps him alive a little bit longer as Snake King gets the lasso, but the attribute shift was there from the Morphling. So Nightfall was going to survive. Finally, Toronto Tokyo dies, but he does have buyback. And save with the Ogusir told him that that's definitely not English.
Dire's bottom
Either way, he dies. Telekinesis. Amar still trying to use this Gale Force to their advantage. I think they're on top of each other, in fact.
Oh my god.
Skeeter heals up to full, destroys Miero. No buyback for him as Nightfall also getting gone on. That's the death of him. Triple kill for Skeeter. Toronto Tokyo is going to make it an Ultra. And now the GGs come out as Falcons will take game number 1.
Goodness.